You are live, apparently. There we go. There's the ticker. What's going on, everybody? It's Rob Banks. This is the Red Cup Review. I am here with Confused Baz. He doesn't know where he's at. We don't know where we are. But where you are right now is right here with us. This is the official Red Cup Review. Check us out at The Rebellion on Facebook and catch me on Twitter at Red Cup Review. Right? Simple enough. Check it out. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining us. We got the Briscoe with us right now in the chat, and hopefully more of you will join. Please remember to like the video. Don't be a hanger-on and subscribe. Now that that's out of the way, Baz, what's going on? How are you? Do you have any pickups this week? How you been?
Who's Baz?
Confused Baz, sorry.
Who are you? Oh, pickups of the week. No, but I've been looking through like my me old collection and going through the my He-Man stuff. And I had He-Man's mommy. Remember her name? Queen something?
Queen something or other.
Queen Amidala or something? No. But she has like this thing where like you could either like have her in her gown, right? And with the with this head with the crown and everything.
Right.
And you could have her in this gown. Or you could actually, the gown like comes off in the back.
Right.
So you could take out the figure and then put on a vest and then a space helmet, and then you put her in her.
Where are we putting her in?
Because she's from Earth, and she came to Eternia, I guess, through a wormhole or something, and that's how she met the king and everything, and He-Man came to be. But so she's got her own sci-fi space gun and everything. And
I like the 1950s space sci-fi thing going on.
Yeah.
Love that.
And usually like when they have like outfit changes and stuff, it looks kind of like bulky and clunky. They don't look right. But this dress actually like fits really well. It looks good. It's a well done figure. I've never like transformed. I always kept her as the queen. So this is like the first time I actually put her in this outfit. I think I'm going to keep her like this for a while. Cool.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I love that. Again, it's both old school throwback look. I love it. I'd probably have her like that if I had her. That's dope.
She has a name too, Glenn. Her last name is Glenn. So
you don't know her first name though at this point. We're just like He-Man's mom.
He-Man's mommy. Yeah.
Have you made any pre-orders this week?
Was there any? Huh?
Any pre-orders this week?
Yeah, I know. Confused.
You're fucking me up now. Stop.
Was anything out? Did anybody come out?
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of shit that came out today between the G.I. Joes, and there's a Mezco pre-order coming up soon. And I don't know, in case you went into a back catalog, looked at anything else, went on eBay, any of that bullshit, Amazon, new comics, none of that bullshit.
Yeah, I'm selling shit. I'm like getting my collection down to a manageable size.
Right,
so, where it's not like everything's all over the fucking place. Like you're getting things down to where I can deal with it.
Yeah, totally. I'm in like crazy collector mode, and it's getting to the point now where I'm just buying shit I like, and I was waiting for shit to get shipped, and then it got delayed, and then I'm still waiting on it, and then in the meantime I order something else, and then I'm like, holy shit, I got all this stuff coming in. So I got the Superman still coming in. That was shipped out on Tuesday. The Hot Toy Superman that was like on a 2-year delay from the Justice League movie. So I should have that by next week since it was shipped out on Tuesday. And I got a ton of pickups this week. Kinda. It was Father's Day, so I'm gonna start off with this pretty cool thing. So I'm gonna take over the screen for a second. This was a gift from the family.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's like, me, Zoe, and Grayson and shit. So that's pretty dope, right? So I got that on the desk now that I can hang with. I got that. I went and got this, which I'm really excited about. This is an original Adventures of Ford Fairlane press kit, movie promotional press kit that comes with a whole breakdown of the movie and like stills that they would send to newspapers and stuff, like black and white photos and shit for publicity and stuff. So this is like an original, press kit, 13 stills it comes with, and a bunch of like a breakdown of the movie and all the credits and, all that bullshit. So, how I'm a fan of that movie. So I went and got that. Oh yeah. He's rubbing. Yeah. Would they ship it to your house? So yeah, I'm still waiting on that. Anyways, other things that I got this week, because this was a pretty big week. We got Wave 1 of G.I. Joe.
Oh shit.
So we are going to be reviewing these tomorrow and the next day, and trying to get some reviews out for you guys since it's been a while. Here's Snake Eyes, right? You got Destro and here's Destro, right? And Roadblock. You got Duke.
Oh, there he is.
Looks great, man.
How long are you gonna keep them in the boxes? Oh, well, you have to review them, so you got to take them out.
So yeah, but
otherwise you would have kept them in the boxes for a little bit, right?
They look really good in the box, man. The artwork
That's
is
what I'm
really
saying.
nice.
I know. Yeah.
You know, the back, is really dope. What's cool about these is that they don't have any twisty ties in there. So all you have to do is cut the top. There's like that little tape on top, and you slip the inside card right out, like the inside tray. And you can like pull them out of the packaging, put them right back in, and then slip them right back into the box. Nothing gets ripped, nothing damaged. So it's pretty cool. If they're able to do that. Here's Destro. Quick close up of him. He looks really good. He's really accurate to the old school cartoon. The biggest problem I have with her, and I'll be talking about this in the review, is the fact that she's Scarlet. She's a redhead, and her hair is bright orange, like an orange. So that's kind of beat. But I'm supposed to be. Hold on a second. Let me take this banner off. It's kind of fucking me up a little bit. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna wind up painting the head. I have some red paint. I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of black wash, paint it on there, and then seal it in. I have like a paint sealer, so I'm gonna make her a true redhead. That'll be like a project for like during the week or something after I do the review. Snake Eyes is awesome. I had 2 Snake Eyes came with the set. I gave one to Grayson. He opened it up. It's a really dope figure. The articulation is ridiculous. One problem is that the knife on the Snake Eyes' knife right up here goes into like the sheath on the side of his leg there, and it doesn't go all the way in. And this is a problem that is happening with almost all the Snake Eyes figures. So I'm reading is that the knife doesn't go all the way into its sheath. So what guys are doing is they're taking like eyeglass screwdrivers and like poking them in there and heating it up and putting little tiny Dremels in there. So I'm going to mess around with it and get it to sit in there. But if you don't want to do that, I heard that Scarlet, she comes with 3 different knives, and her smallest knife fits perfectly in Snake Eyes' sheath for some reason. So she comes with 2 regular size knives up here and a smaller knife, and her smaller knife fits right in perfectly on Snake Eyes, which I thought was kind of weird. But so there you go. Here's another quick look at Destro, and they're dope, man. I'm really excited. What kind of sucks that what?
So keeping the Snake Eyes sheath empty is just going to drive people with OCD crazy?
Yeah, I want him to have all his weapons, and I'm going to, like I'll either customize it, like I said, to get all the weapons on him, or I'll wind up just putting, whatever her face is, because she only has one. She can only hold one of her knives. Only one of those knives goes into her pouch on her chest. So I'll take one of the other ones and slip it into Snake Eyes' thing, see how that works out. If it doesn't work out.
When she has her fucking crossbow, man, I'm good.
Yeah, no. Well, another issue is that the crossbow comes in 2 pieces for her. It's actually a 2-piece crossbow. So I don't know if you could store it on her. You just got to, if you wanted the crossbow to stay the way it is, like stay intact, you just got to put a little dab of crazy glue in there and it'll hold it. Otherwise, it comes in 2 parts. I don't know if you could like put it on her and have her like hook it up to herself, and then she like puts it together or some bullshit. I don't know. I haven't opened them. Again, I got these yesterday. I wanted to open them, and I haven't had the chance to, which kind of sucks because I'm like, I got to do this review. And in the beginning of the review, you got to be like, hey, look at all these things in package. Let's look at the packaging, and then spend 5 minutes talking about shit no one cares about, and then you got to go into the figures themselves. But yeah, he looks really, really dope, man. The gold ain't really that bad. Again, it's like I'm doing like a little mini review here, and the haircut ain't that millennial, so it looks dope, works. And Snake Eyes is great, so I highly recommend it. I was supposed to put a link in the description of this video so I could say, hey, go buy in the link below and help out the channel and all that bullshit. I didn't put the link in there, so I kind of dropped the ball on that. So whatever, go to the Facebook page and order it if you haven't already. Is what it is. Briscoe says, I just got my set about 2 weeks ago along with the Ghostbusters Plasma Series figures. I still haven't opened them yet, though. That's awesome that you got them 2 weeks ago. You're in Canada. And I just got these the other day. Yo, Entertainment Earth is really, really awesome when it comes to customer service. But like that super saver shipping thing that they do is like they might as well fucking send it like by carrier pigeon by the time it gets to your house, dude. It takes forever to get there.
Yeah.
But
no, but you're right. Entertainment Earth has really good customer service.
Exactly. That's the flip side, is that if anything goes wrong, even with a statue, anything, it's just whoop, here's another one. You know, hey, take a picture. Ready. Here's another one.
But it takes a long time for that shit to get there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it just takes forever to get here though. Well, they're in California, but you know, what are you gonna do? Did you guys see the DeLorean Transformer tease? I don't collect many, but I just got the Ectotron. How is it? How's the he got the Donnie's got the Ecto one that transforms and shit, and they just showed the DeLorean one. I didn't see the DeLorean Transformer though. That's gotta be pretty dope. How's the Ecto? It looks great. So I got the G.I. Joes. Speaking of G.I. Joes, so those are my pickups for the week. And did I pre-order anything else? No, but I have. Oh, yes, I did. Speaking of from one thing to another, I pre-ordered a couple of these. Wave 2 was revealed today. And we were semi-right and semi-wrong, according to last week's show. Baz, Wave 2 is only going to have 3 figures in it, which is weird. They went from 5 figures down to 3. They dropped November 1st. But there's more figures that they showed off. It's kind of weird. This Disco Destro, right? Profit Director Destro, or Pimp Daddy Destro, as some are calling him, is an exclusive. He's an exclusive figure. He's not in Wave 2. So he's exclusive. Wave 2 does have the Red Ninja. So I pre-ordered him. I pre-ordered 2 of them, actually. One for myself, one for Grayson. And then when I do like the photos and shit and show like Snake Eyes beating the shit out of some of these ninjas, I'll just borrow his to make it look like there's more than one. I only need one. Then they had the classified. See, this is the Regal variant. The blue, the all blue cartoon looking version of Cobra Commander is actually a variant, like a summer variant for them that you can get on Hasbro Pulse website. So this is what was supposed to be on that other website that everyone went nuts over, and that app that screwed everyone over last week.
Why does that look like a darker blue, though? That still looks like...
Right. It does look like a darker blue. This is the light blue version, and I'm going to get to that in a second, because they also, on Hasbro Pulse, have the darker blue version. Now, here's the dark blue version, which is like really dark.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so he's like, that's like a navy blue.
It's Batman.
Yeah, he's Batman blue. So I pre-ordered this one. I didn't get the lighter blue version because I was hoping that the lighter blue wasn't too light blue. Sometimes in photos with Photoshop, they kind of like, you know, do things a little differently. You could see even here, like how this one is a little darker navy blue and one's more of a, like they're calling it the Regal variant. It's really just a royal blue color. So that's the variant for the Hasbro Pulse website. This is the regular Cobra Commander. I pre-ordered him, and I pre-ordered a Gung Ho. And Baz, your dream comes true. Gung Ho is bare-chested in all of his what you call them?
In the Navy.
Yeah, Village People variant
in
Gung Ho.
Navy.
You're like, oh, you were bashing the shit out of this last week. This is bullshit. He's got to look, you know, and bam, there you go, bare-chested.
It's iconic, man. I mean, that's how you know this motherfucker, bro.
He looks like the cartoon version, right? This is pretty accurate. The hat does come off. He's got like a massive handlebar, bro. He's got a massive handlebar. The where is it? The hat. They have a picture of him with his hat off. Not on this side.
Massive handlebar.
The massive handlebar. So he looks good. I'm digging it. I was like, fuck it, you know, I'll pick this up. I'm not really digging the weapons, though. They're really plain silver. They look really like, I guess they're putting all their oomph into the figure and then kind of like scaling back on the coloration on the weapons, because the weapons look really just too plain color-wise, just silver casted weapons. So get yourself some black wash for those of you that like to do a little bit of customizations. And I'm telling you right now, black wash will make these things look amazing. But you got to do a little bit of elbow grease there. So I pre-ordered Gung Ho. Now, also, something else that is up for pre-order that I'm going to have to try and bring up now. Here, Amazon. There is an Amazon variant, which is weird for some reason. They're actually bringing out variants before they're bringing out the regular figures. ClassiFied. So there's a variant already before a figure even comes out, and that is Storm Shadow. There's a Storm Shadow variant that was released today, and he's an Amazon exclusive. STORM Storm Shadow. Here we go. And he's the Winter Storm Shadow variation. So they're doing a variant before they're even actually doing the figure proper. So I don't know if you guys are seeing this again. You guys are seeing this? Baz?
Yeah.
Okay. You're seeing this though?
Yeah.
Showing up? Because I'm not looking at I'm on a different page. I'm not even looking at the comments right now. So here's your Storm Shadow, the first release Storm Shadow. So it's like Snow Storm Shadow, which was his look in I think like 1992 was his look. So they have him there with that, and then you have him without the hood on. He looks kind of like Beachhead here a little bit, but he does come with an arrow that you can pose him with, which is pretty cool. And you can have him actually holding the arrow in his hand, which is nice.
It's the arrow always rests on the wrong fucking side. It's supposed to be on the opposite side of the frickin' sight, right there.
On the inside. Yeah,
it's supposed to be on the inside.
Well, one way or the other, there you go. You got, and a lot of people. Some people are complaining and like, I don't know. The grappling hook's cool. It's got a real rope with it, and they're like, I wanted regular Storm Shadow, and they're like, apparently the guys today did a whole like breakdown of what they're going to be doing, and they were saying shit like, "Don't worry, they're coming," and depending on the success of the line, more classic variation and decos will be on their way too. So, hold your horses, people. We're getting pretty accurate figures, especially with Gung Ho, and Snake Eyes is pretty accurate, and Duke and Destro's very accurate. So, they're coming. We should be fine. So if you want your
hey, listen, it's cool that they're actually doing variants, man. Like they're just fucking whipping them out.
Yeah, just cranking, they are cranking them out. I was surprised that a case though. This is what kind of bothered me a little bit, and I didn't buy a case. I pre-ordered one Gung Ho, one Cobra Commander, and two Ninjas. One for me and Greg, because I have a feeling the other figures, besides like the army builders, are going to be a little bit easier to find initially. People are going to be buying like, I want 20 Ninjas and to have, all together and all this bullshit. So I bought the two Ninjas up front. I have a feeling that your confused face is really just throwing me the fuck off. You're just like just trying everything you can to just like trip liar for Rob.
Well, that's why I'm fucking confused, Baz. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you're confusing the shit out of me. Johnny Dash says Gung Ho looks like Mr. Slave. The Briscoe says he thinks the Dark Republic Commander looks a bit better. Yes, I believe so too. I feel the same way.
Mr. Slave. Oh my God. Mr. Slave.
So, yes.
Joe was so homoerotic. Right?
Yeah, stop. Snake Eyes is getting his own movie, Kev, but that's not coming out it's supposed to come out in the fall, but God knows when at this point. So either the fall or the spring. That movie.
They have a really good cast for that film.
Yeah, no, totally, man. And it's made. The movie's made. It's coming out. So it's not even like an if, or it's just a matter of when.
Actually, I was thinking about Mortal Kombat. See, I'm fucking confused. I was thinking about the Mortal Kombat cast.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a really good cast. I have no clue who the fuck is in Snake Eyes.
Is in Snake Eyes or in G.I. Joe.
No, the chick who's playing, what's her name?
Katana?
No, not Katana. The
Blade?
Destro's Baroness. She's fucking slamming.
Yeah, I saw. We looked at a picture of her months ago when we first were doing this. We were looking at like, you were like, look at these pictures of this actress.
She's on this show called Money Heist on Netflix. If you want to check out the girl who's playing Baroness.
Nice.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's a good show.
The Wave 2 case is 3 Cobra Commanders, 2 Gung Hos, and 1 Red Ninja. I don't know why the Army Builder figure would be 1. but there's 1 Red Ninja per case, 3 Cobra Commanders, so there's your peg warmer right there, and 2 Gung Ho. It's just kind of weird why they would. And then they took like, instead of doing 5 figures for the wave, they did 3 figures, and then Disco, Destro, Light Blue, Cobra Commander, and then the other Storm Shadow, which is basically its own figure. It's not a redeco. It's a figure that kind of stands alone on its own, which is pretty cool. But at the same time, I don't know why they broke it up like that, but that's what they did.
So you're gonna have like, what do you think? You're gonna have Red Ninjas on eBay going for $60?
Initially, probably after everybody gobbles the shit out of them, and guys want like, oh, I gotta have like 30 Red Ninjas. It's kind of like, for action figure photography to have like 5 of them all surrounding like Wolverine, even, or like Daredevil. Like, I'm sure these things will be you could probably interchange them with Marvel Legends or even like Mezcos and shit. Because Grayson took a Black Series figure and put like a Stormtrooper, and he's got his snake eyes, and was like, oh, look, they're the same height. So you could have like, he's gonna have Storm Shadow take on all the Stormtroopers. I mean, Snake Eyes rather, like infiltrate and fuck up the Stormtroopers, because he's got like 20 Stormtroopers. He's into like all the troopers and shit.
Stormtrooper in the entire Star Wars timeline.
There you go, and multiples of each and all that bullshit. So he's
You're
a little
fucking liar. Shut up.
Stop. Fucking ass. Yeah, right. Tell him. How dare you yell at him?
You said the entire timeline. That's impossible.
I got from the new Star Wars movie to the old one. But I don't got clone troopers. I'm working on that.
I don't got clone troopers. I'm working on that.
All right, you might have a point.
Let's see. Back in the day, we had to send away 50 proofs of purchases for a hooded Cobra Commander and Zartan. It's interesting that they didn't have Cobra Commander come with the alternate head with the hood on it. So you're probably going to get a hooded Cobra Commander as its own figure. They probably figured they might as well just release that as its own variant. Just milk.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's why I'm glad they're doing all these these variants, because I want that hooded Cobra Commander.
Oh, hooded Cobra Commander, yeah.
I can't believe they freaking made a freaking Disco freaking Destro, man.
Yeah, I know. Like, that was just like, some people like, what the hell is this? And a lot of other people were like, yo, this was like one of the hardest to get G.I. Joes from back in the day.
That's amazing. Is that a dollar, like $100 bill or something? He's lighting up.
Yeah, it's like he comes with burning money.
Yeah,
he comes with burning money. He comes with the briefcase. He comes with like this, like a cape that's like a leopard cape, kind of.
Oh man.
So yeah, he's pimping hard, man.
That's amazing.
Donnie Datz, I can't wait. I'm going to set up Richard Simmons and the Golden Girls exercising.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those beautiful gilfs.
Another thing that was teased this week, and another teaser. Let's see, Nosferatu figure. Okay, so Mezco is doing a Nosferatu in the 112 collective line, right?
Can you play that video? What is that?
That's their video. That's like their like a Nosferatu-y type video thing. I'm not playing anything on here.
I know. You're terrified again.
Right. But
that looks cool. That looks pretty cool.
I don't think this is the figure. It might be. I mean, it looks like there's an articulation hinge over here, right? Like on this part of his hand. So that might be the figure, dude. That's the figure. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm picking it up. I think that's awesome. It's about time that they gave us somebody to go along with Frankenstein. I mean, it's only been like, I don't know, 4 years in the making, which is just absolutely ridiculous. But I'm probably picking this up just because of the nostalgia factor of it. And I want to support it to see if something else will come out. Maybe I can go, dumpster diving and picking back up that Frankenstein I let go all those years ago. And we'll see where this goes.
You sold him? You sold Frankie?
I sold him. I had the Frankenstein. I had his doorway. I was able to sell Frankenstein. It was like one of the only Mezcos that went down in price. So I bought him when he first came out. It was like $65. I think I sold him for like 40, and it was a black and white variant. But I had the that doorway that he came with, and I got that in like a blind box. Like Mezco couldn't even give those away initially. So I did like one of those blind boxes for like $100, and I got like a Captain America figure. I got that thing and some other shit, and I wound up selling that for like $300 or $400. like about a year and a half ago. So I was like, fuck it, I'm selling it. If they're not going to come out with another Universal Monsters character, I'm going to sell this and go buy 2 Hot Toys with the money. And it's pretty much what I did. But whatever. Nonetheless, I'm never going to get that back again because that thing is like super rare now. That thing is.
This is cool, but come on, why didn't they come out with Bela Lugosi?
Look, man,
I like Nosferatu too, but come on, man.
I know. Fuck? Well, they're probably. This is what I don't understand. No, we didn't talk multiverse Keaton yet. No, we haven't, Kev. We're going to be talking about that pretty much right after we talk about this Mezco thing. I'm gonna just say, you know what? Just fucking do it, and thank God they're doing something. For Christ's sakes, they may have lost the Universal license, Monsters license, because I know that he's not considered a Universal monster. But what this figure gives me hope for is that, and again, you could shit in one hand and spit in the other, and you'll get the same thing with Mezco. If they're willing to do this, one of my
disgusting, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
It's a disgusting company. So, the Nosferatu, if this sells well, which I'm hoping it does, obviously, there's a chance they do one of my favorite non-universal monster characters, and that's London by Midnight, the Lon Chaney, with the eyeballs like this and shit. With the spiked teeth, I love that design of a character. So I'm hoping that, like, if they're gonna do silent era characters, he would probably be the next logical one to do, and that'd be great. I think that would be pretty fucking awesome.
That's not going to happen.
No,
so
I know.
Be another start and stop again. With this.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, look, I hate to be a defeatist, but yeah, you're right. Okay, so I'm going to stop my screen, but I'm going to bring up Baz's, and he's got it. Mr. T. There we go. Good. I'm glad you brought this up.
Mr. T.
This is a pretty freaking cool exclusive, huh?
Yep, San Diego, but that's not happening, right? So.
Well, no, you could order it on Entertainment Earth, so they're still releasing their exclusives. You're just not going to go to San Diego, so that's pretty. You could get this on Entertainment Earth right now. I love it. I love the fact that they did it's like a elite wrestling figure, right? And like the cover is like almost like a WrestleMania 1 throwback VHS cover looking thing.
You know what I'm hoping for though?
What's that? Thunderlips?
Nope. A-Team, my friend.
Oh yeah. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be dope. That's another thing that Mezco would be great if they did, and they'll never do. But this looks great. We saw that Laura brought it up and was like, "Yo, look, isn't this cool looking?" I love just wacky, crazy shit like this, and it worked out pretty cool. Phantom of the Opera. DeBriscoe says he would love a Phantom figure. That would be great too. Another silent era, perfect. Goes right along with Nosferatu. Give us something that I could put a shelf up and say, hey, look at all these silent era characters. Look at all these Universal monsters. Stop doing this fucking hokey pokey, just dipping your toe in bullshit. All these fucking figures sell out anyway. It's ridiculous. They want to act like the shit ain't selling. So no one knew about your fucking company 6 years ago when you started this shit. All right, enough. I hate this company. Let's get on to some awesome stuff, Baz. And hold on.
I want to share something. It's the what you call Mothx Batman Hush.
Yes, good. Another good call. Yes, bring it up. Awesome. You got it up?
Hold on. Hold on to the night. Hold on to the memories. Is it up?
I'm bringing it up right now.
There we go. Okay.
Nice. All right. Let's see some details.
All right, so this is, first we'll look at the Batman Hush. Comes with a Jason Todd head. It's a rough call. Like, what would you do if you bought this? Use the Jason Todd head, or? I
don't really dig I know it wasn't Jason Todd, spoilers. You should have read it 20 years ago when the comic came out. I like the fact that it was like, oh, is Jason Todd back as this new villain? And then he became Red Hood, and now everyone likes him like he's the new fucking Deadpool. And I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. It was cool that it was the Doctor. That's kind of cool too. But I don't know. I like the Jason Todd look on him, man. I don't know. It looks cool either way. I would probably go with the gritting teeth look because their teeth don't tend to look like Mezco teeth. or the Jason Todd look.
Oh, right. Well, they actually nailed teeth. They could do teeth, unlike
Does he look too much like Negative Man with just the wrappings, or does Negative Man actually has the glasses? Right.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the trench coat and the wrappings remind me too much of Negative Man, which is why I tend to go with the Jason Todd.
What's with the coin here? What is he, Two-Face? I don't remember this.
He was like, wasn't it? He was Jason Todd, but he could have been Two-Face, and he could have been the Doctor, and he was trying to throw Batman off the trail and all that bullshit. So, Robert Just a Fan says, I thought Hush was Riddler. Oh my God, that cartoon sucked. No, Hush was not the Riddler. Hush is a kid that grew up with Bruce who was like a surgeon that his father knew or some shit. And in the cartoon, they just made it the Riddler. It was like, whatever, man.
So now we got the Into the Spider-Verse retail $90. You get there's a link here to Big Bad Toy Store.
Fuck Big Bad Toy Store. Not that cool.
You don't like that? Yeah.
No, they're great. They're great. I'm just pimping Entertainment Earth because it helps the fucking channel now. But yeah, whatever. Fucking Big Bad Toy Store is fine too.
So I get this Spider-Gwen comes with Spider-Ham.
That's cool. It's like the Hot Toy. If you don't want to shell out for the Hot Toy, this is a pretty good. I probably would have went with this. If I had a choice between the Hot Toy and like these type of figures for the animation, I probably would have went with these because they're going to be more posable. You know,
they're highly posable, well sculpted. He comes with a hammer too.
Yeah, like a switch out arm for the hammer. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But remember the Marvel Legends, so they don't match up too well.
Yeah, they're like a little smaller, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well articulated.
You know, yeah, no, they're like, I'm sure they're great figures, but again, it's, does size matter? I don't know. That's usually what she says. Rob Joseph Fan says hello to us. Somebody else, Billy Wong. Billy Wong. I don't know who Billy Wong is, but he's a new guy here, so we're gonna throw him up. What's up, Billy? I haven't seen you here ever, so welcome to joining the show and stuff. If you're actually even still in the chat, and he says he would love Mezco to do G.I. Joe. Yeah, everyone would. Everyone would. It's like, there's this customizer guy, 112 Shop, that takes Blade figure 112 Shop or 112 Custom Shop or some shit. Hold on, I'll bring it up now on my cell phone. I have it saved in my favorites. It's called 112shop.com, and he does kit bash sets of stuff. Right here's the website, so in case you wanted to type it in, you know what it looks like. 112shop.com, and he takes you can buy a fully finished Snake Eyes. Well, not anymore. It's actually sold out. Well, so there goes that. Well, he was doing a Snake Eyes that was Mezcoized off of a blade with custom weapons and shit. So the next big figure they have coming out is I think Mandalorian. They're doing a 112 box for $125, and it's a full figure painted up with clothes and all that shit, and it's like the Mandalorian's Mando set inspired. It's like a blind box, but we know what the fuck is going to be in there. So there you go. You can check that out. But yeah, I would love for them to do that too. Then I wouldn't have to buy these, and then I would have to buy $100 G.I. Joes, and then I'd really be up shit's creek. Then I'd have to really be choosy with the figures. I wasn't going to get gung-ho. And then I was like, you know what? I went in my head and I was like, what Joes do I need to have? What Cobras do I need to have? And I counted 15 Cobra characters and 4 or 5 G.I. Joes. And I was like, you know what? Put gung-ho on the team. He's bare-chested. He's handle mustached. He belongs there.
Dude, who's going to make out with Roadblock, dude? You need a gung-ho. All right?
Oh, gung-ho goes with Alpine and Bazooka. I thought those were the 3 amigos of G.I. Joe. Bazooka, he wears the bazooka thing in the helmet, and he is his shirt is the football jersey looking shirt thing. He has the numbers on it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, what's it, number 14 or something?
Yeah, he's like a red jersey he wears with numbers on it.
Oh, that's cool too. I like that. Oh, we forgot to show the Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, Sergeant fucking Slaughter. Can you bring it up?
Hold on. Where is he?
That is not
Hasbro.
I still call these Black Series because they remind me so much of the Star Wars Black Series, but they're classified series. But classified series doesn't roll off the tongue quite like Black Series does. So G.I. Joe Black Series, even though it's classified. You know what's cool? I'm looking at the paint apps, like on the face. Like there's no smudges on Destro's face, which is nice. While Baz brings this up, I'm going to talk about him real quick. There's no real bleed on any of the See, like his face doesn't have like sometimes when they do silver, like it'll go into the eyes. It'll be like a fingerprint smudge on some of the silver and shit, and it's not. It's good to go. And they have butterfly joints for those that don't have the figures. They do have that. We were talking about that on one of the other shows where I was like, it looks like there's another like little articulation piece, and the fact that they're able to do this with their weapons, there's the butterfly joints, and their characters could do this shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Baz has it up. Here we go. Boom. Action Force apparently is making a Sergeant Slaughter figure. Is he sick? He looks like a Marvel Legend, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, he's got the jaw. It looks just like him. I mean, did they tell you any information on like the size or any of that?
It's 112.
Oh, really? Nice. Oh, yeah, shit. He comes with a bunch of different hands. Wow.
Look at that fucking chin. But he actually has that chin in real life.
Exactly. So that's cool, man. Damn, I may have to pre-order this. Shit. Yeah, he looks good, man.
Does that mean that Hasbro isn't going to make their own?
Possibly. If it's Sergeant Slaughter. It says it right there. It's not like, Action Force presents, drill instructor with mustache, whatever bullshit knockoff name they come up with for these guys. That's Sergeant Slaughter, so Action Force probably has the rights to his likeness at this point. So, listen, if you want a Sergeant Slaughter to go with your G.I. Joes, there you go.
Okay, it says Valiverse, I guess is the name of the company.
Valiverse?
Yeah, well, Valiverse has the next best thing for you. The old Sarge is joining Action Force with a new 112 scale Action Force Sergeant Slaughter figure. It will feature 36 points of articulation.
Overkill. Awesome.
The figure is currently available for pre-order on CrowdOx.
That just sounds so shady and shifty.
It will ship in early 2021.
That just sounds so weird. Like that I've never heard of any of this shit. I never heard of Action Force. I've never heard of CrowdOx. What are they? Yeah, go to the page. What are they trying to push this shit for? Well, these figures actually look pretty damn good.
Well, this is kind of like crowdfunding. Total backers, total pledges. See.
Oh, wow. Introducing Action Force. What does it say? The next
era premium action figures by Valiverse.
It's all new 6-inch scale military brand action figure. 112 figure world and project reaching 130% of its funding. So, yeah, this was a crowdfunded project. Damn. I got to check these things out and see. One action for the $22 a piece, which is average. $123 for the set, which is about right. $92 for 3 figures. Yeah, that's a little pricey. But I guess that's pretty good, probably because they want you to bring it in and buy all of them, The more you buy. Oh, no, they're $32. Wow, they're $32 a piece. Ooh, that's a little steep, man. For 112? For this type of a 112? I don't know. I got to take a look at it. So, yeah, go check out. What is it? ActionForce.com? What is it?
It is crowddocs.com.
Crowddocs.com?
/projects/Action Force/Valiverse.
Oh,
just
Jesus
go to what you call it. What was that? Toy News Eye, and click on the Sergeant Slaughter.
There you go.
Article right there. Go to Toy News Eye, and there's a link right there. I don't know, man. I would just wait to get the Black Series version.
There you go. Black Series. See, that's it. It's Black Series now.
Dude, I'm confused, Baz, bro. Of course I'm going to say that. I mean, the G.I. Joe.
Yeah, classified bullshit, whatever.
Oh, it's classified. So now, instead of saying Black Series, I got to say classified. I
know. It's just, it doesn't have that. It works with the G.I. Joe series, classified series, but at the same time, they're Black Series figures. Crying out loud. Did you guys see the Mattel Newman figure that comes in the shaving cream? Yes, I did, and I think it's hilarious. That's from you know what that is, right? From
Jurassic Park. But that's Newman. Yeah.
All right, look, we have some serious news to discuss, though. So fuck action figures, because this is probably the biggest fucking news of the week, of the month, of the year. Apparently, DC is getting their shit together. Apparently, AT&T doesn't have the same. They got balls, as Baz said, right? This company's got balls. They're willing to do what Warner Brothers didn't. They're willing to give the fans a little bit of what they want. There's not too much news concerning this. There's a big news, not too much details, a lot of conjecture, a lot of speculation. But here we go. Michael Keaton will wear the Batsuit in the what? I didn't see this. When the fuck did this come out? 3 hours ago. What kind of fucking holy horse shit is this?
The thing is, though, like, Keaton hasn't even come out and said anything yet himself.
Oh, my God. This is like, suffering succotash. Keaton will wear Batsuit in the Flash movie. Let's see. Did he even sign on yet?
I see. That's the thing.
Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Batman, will reportedly wear his Batsuit when he appears in the Flash DCEU solo movie. So it broke earlier this week that Michael Keaton was being signed back into the DC universe because Ezra Miller, or maybe not Ezra Miller, we don't even know. This is why I don't understand. It's like, oh, the Ezra Miller Flash movie, but Ezra Miller might not be the Flash anymore. It's like the news changes daily with this bullshit. But every news source in the fucking world was reporting on this as if it was 100% truth, that Michael Keaton is in talks to do multiple DC movies. Baz, could you take us away with a little bit more of the details?
Details. That's based. Well, okay, all right. They're like everyone is saying. There's no facts yet. It's just conjecture, right?
Right.
But from what they're saying, is that he's going to be like the Nick Fury of the DCEU going forward. He's going to be the connective tissue with all the other movies. He's going to be like the mentor character. And this will eventually lead into a Batman Beyond film, and that he's signing on for multiple movies. So that's what they're saying. But he hasn't come out and even hinted at it himself.
Right.
But we're seeing all these articles that are like it's definite, it's for sure.
Right.
But originally it started out like he's in talks.
Yeah.
But the way they're framing it is like, oh, okay, it's definite. He's signed on. He's doing multiple movies. He's friggin' the Nick Fury of the universe. Listen,
it almost came like the news was coming so quick. It was like, oh, guess who's going to be in the Flash movie as like a cameo or something. Then it was he's in talk for multiple movies. Then he was the Nick Fury of the universe. Now he's in his fucking Batsuit. I'm like, what? So when I first heard the news, I was like, I don't know if I want him in this Flash movie. I want him with Tim Burton. And just put, the pin on that trilogy, a nice. I don't even want Batman Beyond, him as old Batman, to be honest. I want him in a fucking Batsuit of some kind, even if he has to be in like a mech type Batsuit, because he's going to be like 70 years old, of some kind, doing some kind of Tim Burton-y thing, just to put a cap on those 3 movies, right? Then Baz told me, F you, ... Keaton. And I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Just put him in everything.
Listen, don't be like, well, I want him in his own movie. Get all like fucking nitpicky and shit. He's gonna be back. I never thought I'd see him again as Batman. So I'm not gonna nitpick how they're bringing him back, and I think it's actually kind of fucking cool. It makes sense. He's in his 70s. He's gonna be a mentor character. I'm sure he's gonna have some cool fucking scenes where he does cool shit.
Well, that's the thing is I want Batman with the heroes. I want a young Batman, not young, but I want like a 35, 40-year-old Batman being able to hang with the rest of the Justice League.
Really? I don't even really care about this Robert Pattinson fucking movie that much anymore. Like, I'd rather see this than the Pattinson shit. We've had a lot of Batman, dude. We've had a lot of young Batman. I'm actually more interested in seeing the other parts of the DC universe other than Batman, even though that sounds crazy. I'm a huge Batman fan. But if you gave me a choice of bringing back fucking the guy who fucking made this fucking role iconic, I mean, he's fucking Batman, bro. When it comes to like fucking Batman in the movies, he's the one. Him and Christopher Reeve, right?
Right.
So we have a chance to get him back in multiple friggin' movies.
Yeah.
Even if it's as just a fucking mentor character. I think that's cool. Like, imagine if Christopher Reeve was still alive. Wouldn't you want him to come back as Superman, even if it's just like he's kind of like just a general, you know.
Yeah, he would be like Kingdom Come Superman, older kind of. We wouldn't have had to have needed Brandon Routh, even though I thought Brandon Routh did a great job being Kingdom Come Superman in the TV show, which was fine, but because he's pretty much Christopher Reeve in that role anyway.
Right.
This is I was thinking to myself like, he's old, he's not going to want to be in this rubber suit anymore, and I was talking to my brother, and he was like, yo man, he's going to be in Morbius, even though he's going to be not in his Vulture outfit. He was just as the Vulture, like, and I was like, yeah, that was still 5 years ago or so. He was like, dude, he was still in his early 60s. I mean, Han Solo was still doing Han Solo-y shit in his mid 70s, practically, like early to mid 70s. He's saying
right.
Harrison Ford's older than Keaton. So he's like, and that after like one or two movies, if he signs off for multiple movies, you're going to get him punching somebody or throwing a batarang. They're going to make him do something heroic.
Exactly.
He's got to do something Batmanish.
He's going to have his cool moments.
You'll have him in the Batcave, if this all comes to light, you're going to have that type of stuff in the framework. So,
have him with Ace the Bat Hound, bro.
Yeah, something like exactly. You'll have shit like that. So yeah, man, I at this point, am I really going to complain? I was just thought the Flash was so weird to have Batman in it because the Flash is going to go back in time to the Flashpoint. That's like a movie in and of itself, and then you're going to have him talking to Batman in that movie, and it's not going to be like an extra scene at the end of the movie the way Nick Fury was. And let's say the first or second, not even second Iron Man, he was in it, but like the first Iron Man, where it's not just like, how crazy would it be though? And I don't want him to be. If he's in the movie, put him in the damn movie. Don't give me this like teaser bullshit at the end either. But how crazy would it be if Flash like shows up in the Batcave as he's traveling and he's like, "Who are you?" And they actually get this motherfucker to go, "I'm Batman." The eruptions around the world.
Oh my god!
The eruptions around the world, dude.
What's gonna happen. That sounds like it's gonna happen. Yeah.
They can't, knowing that they have the opportunity to do this, will make me for about 5 seconds, because I like the new Star Wars movies. They had a lot of missed opportunities with Luke. Don't mess this up. Yeah. AT&T Warner Brothers, you have a chance to get Michael Keaton to say I'm Batman again in a movie and have people's fucking heads explode. So
yeah,
just do it.
I think I just like destroy my room because we're probably not going to see it in a theater, right? Because theaters aren't going to be a thing anymore.
Yeah, probably.
Once he says it, I'm just going to like lift up like the couch and throw it against the wall.
We're going to be going live the following week, and behind your head, instead of just the sheetrock, it's just going to be fucking holes and shit. Or like exposed beam in the background.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So that, it's amazing news, man. I really like, I dig the whole, I like that they're going with the multiverse, man. I really like that. Marvel had the, connecting all the movies together. They were the first ones to really do that. And now it looks like DC is going to be the first ones to connect the multiverse.
Yeah, I'll tell you that a lot of people that I'm watching the chat too, and I've said this too. I'm not a fan of Ezra Miller as the Flash. I didn't think he was terrible, but I really didn't like him that much in the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
And now that we're getting the Snyder Cut, is it possible that the Snyder Cut, which is basically a different movie, like they were shot differently, so they were told to act differently, we might watch the Snyder Cut and go, where was this Flash? Ezra Miller is fine. Yeah. He's more mature. He's not as jokey and silly and like this. Like a lot of these movies, or these movies going forward, I think are going to be framed around the Snyder Cut, right? So if Batman actually dies in the original Snyder Cut, right? Ben Affleck's character, I think, dies. I think Darkseid kills him with some shit. Mm-hmm. That might cause Flash, when he goes back, to have an excuse to bring another Batman in, because that Batman's actually dead. Okay. So now you can have like your timelines merge, and now you have an even older Batman being the mentor, kind of.
Hold on? Did you hear the other rumor that they're trying to get what's his name, Ryan Reynolds, to make a cameo as Green Lantern in the Snyder Cut? Are
you serious?
Yeah, you didn't hear that one?
I didn't hear this. What?
Oh, shit.
I don't think he's going to do that, dude.
Dude, he's in limbo right now. They have no plans to do anything with Deadpool in the MCU.
Really?
Because remember, Deadpool wasn't that Fox?
Yeah.
And then so the Deadpool movies, the raunchy humor doesn't really fit in with the Disney stuff.
Right.
So that might be like a big what you call it, win for.
Well, you know what's funny is that if they actually did that, it's almost like AT&T, because it's AT&T now. Really, it's like the overheads. Like whereas there was the corporate board and Warner Brothers, now it's basically AT&T owns them. So it almost seems like they're saying, you know what, we kind of or Warner kind of fucked up with their DCEU, being a little all over the place. Let's just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. Let's bring back our faults, the things that were made. Like, who cares at this point? Like, just bring it all back.
They're like throwing like cool shit though. They're like, let's bring this character back. Let's do that. Like, they're doing like actual fun stuff instead of like, ooh, what if this character was gay? What if this character was gender swap?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's what the other side's doing. It's like, no, like,
Berlanti said that this week, man. Berlanti came out and said that he looks forward to specifically gender swapping and culturally swapping, like blacks to whites, whites to Asians, green men to purple fucking aliens and all that other bullshit. He's like, be prepared for a lot more of that going forward, because we want the DC universe, at least in the TV shows now going forward, to reflect not the 1940s anymore. So it needs to be a representation of today and all that bullshit. And that's, whatever. I'm not going to argue with it until I see it. But
new characters, man.
Just like, I don't know, man. Just make it good. I just make it fucking good. Whatever, man. I watched the first Thor movie this week, and I was watching Idris Elba play the Norse god, and I didn't even give a fuck. I was like, this guy's awesome. And it was a big outrage, but they explained it away in the movie fine. And I also think Idris Elba just happens to be awesome,
Well, going back to AT&T, shit, a lot of people like worried when AT&T bought Warner Brothers. But holy shit, they're just like, just coming out with anything, like,
do it all. Like what are we doing with this shit? Why are we what are we sitting on here? That's what I would do if I was in charge. I'd be like, yo, everyone and their mother is calling for this fucking old asshole to put the bat costume back on. I don't care how old he is. If we got to put him in a walker in a fucking bat costume, or get him, throw whatever you got to throw at him money wise, get him on and do it.
And even though like, the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover for CW, it was okay. It was kind of mediocre. But that scene where the movie Flash meets the television Flash was huge.
Yeah.
That scene itself alone opened the doors to this. To where we could have all the movies, all the television series mean something. They actually all existed and they could all interact with each other.
That's awesome shit, man. All right. Well, I'm going to read this article real quick, because we just brought this up, but we haven't even read it. Michael Keaton's Batman will reportedly wear the Batsuit when he appears in the Flash movie. Keaton portrayed Bruce Wayne. We know that. Tim Burton, blah, blah, blah. Keaton remains a fan favorite of the big screen Cape Crusader. For his part, Keaton has gone on to appear in other superhero movies, Birdman and Marvel and all that other bullshit. Earlier this week, Keaton's return as Batman for the Flash was announced, though it was reported the former Dark Knight actor was only in early talks to reprise his role for the 80s and 90s version of Batman. Further details reveal the Flash movie would see Ezra Miller's Barry Allen travel back in time to save his mother and create an alternate universe where Keaton's Batman has been operating. The DCEU film will pick up with Keaton's character 30 years after we left him, and the Flash will retcon the two sequels to Burton's Batman movies, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Now even more details are revealed about Keaton's return. Keep scrolling. Okay. What does this mean? Heat Vision is reporting THRs, right? The Keaton will suit up in the Batman costume and is returned to the role for the Flash. The report doesn't offer any further details about Keaton's batsuit, but this seemingly means the actor will once again don the cape cowl. That is, of course, if Keaton and Warner Brothers reach a deal for the actor to return as Batman in the Flash. That's if they reach a deal. They're fucking reach the deal. Until the studio and DC Film confirms Keaton's returns, the report should be taken with a grain of salt. This is where I'm thinking, yes, I'll believe it when I see it, but because there's so much buzz now, I almost think that is it possible that they do this shit to just say, let's let this leak on purpose, but we're going to say it's just early talks to just test the waters. And then the internet is going to go into
they do that all the time.
Chaos, right, ensues. And then they go, all right, offer him $20 million. Get him on. Offer him whatever the fuck he wants. Get him, because they know now that they're like manufacturing excitement for something, like, oh, we'll believe
if they don't do this now, man, they're leaving money on the table.
Exactly. Now, if they don't do it, it's going to make us go like, oh, what are you doing? You had an opportunity, and what are you doing? It's bullshit. And
hold on, Robert, just a fan. Arnold pops up as Freeze. Ice to see you again.
Oh God.
No, because they're gonna retcon those two movies out.
Yeah.
Forever and Batman Robin.
I don't think we're gonna. If we see him in a bat suit, I don't think we're gonna see him in any bat suit other than maybe something that's like a little bit more mechanical and Iron Man-ish esque.
Yeah.
Which he's already done. He did it in Kingdom Come. I don't give a shit. Put him in a fucking giant mech, CGI mech, and put dots on his body and make him act that way. I don't give a fuck.
I've made improvements.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Gray, you got 2 minutes. Just letting you know. Briscoe, I just wanted a third Burton Keaton Batman movie. No Flash or Green Lantern, just Batman. Yeah, no, it would have been nice. I felt that way too. But I'll tell you what, if I had a choice between if someone was like, look, you can either get no Batman, no Michael Keaton, none of this shit, or we're gonna do it this way, then fuck it. I'm gonna take what they give me. Like if I don't have a stake in it and I can't make the third Batman movie that you all want, I'm taking what they're gonna give me.
He's going to be in multiple movies, and then we also have Cavill. He came out and said that he looks forward to be playing Superman for years to come. So he wants to play the character, which is great. I mean, he's enthusiastic for it. He wants to stay in the role.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that's great. I think at Warner Brothers, him not being Superman and then being Superman and not being Superman, and now all of a sudden he's back to being Superman again. Then I heard that they don't want to put him in in his own movie. They want to put him in other movies. I don't know why the fuck they're not just making Man of Steel 2 at this point. Like there's just too much talk and not enough going on, right? Like we have Wonder Woman. As far as DC goes, we have Wonder Woman this year, and then what else? What else is coming from DC? Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad, yeah.
Again? Like, I mean, which is
and
fun.
then but Black Adam is going to be fucking awesome. Right?
Yeah, well, exactly. Like, let's get that filming, shall we? Like, come on, man. Yeah. Like, you guys should be filming all of these things. Stop trying to catch up to Marvel and go, you know what? We're just going to release 3. Marvel at one point was releasing 3 movies a year. You guys got to do that. Spring, summer, fall. Bang, bang, bang. Keep it moving. I don't know. That's what I think, at least.
Well, we got Suicide Squad. You got Aquaman 2. You got Shazam 2. Black Adam.
These are all just kind of still up in the air and in development. I want to know there should be a movie coming out more than just the Suicide Squad next year.
They're filming anything because of the COVID. Man.
I know, because of COVID.
They put a wrench in everything. Yeah.
Exactly. No, I know. That is true. Somebody asked about buying the So-So toys or the Toys Era Robin. I actually forgot about that figure. No, I didn't. I didn't pre-order it. I got. Again, too much shit on pre-order, and I got another Joker figure. I got the Joker from Toys Era, one where he comes with the 3 different head sculpts, and I also have the one that's coming out that has the desk where he's like Arthur Fleck and he's doing the smiley face thing. So I have that coming too. So gotta pulling the reins here and there, especially with this shit taking over my fucking life now. Back to collecting this fucking 6-inch things again that aren't Mezco. Like I had to purge myself of all kinds of Marvel Legends and everything not related to Mezco. And here I am right back on this fucking wheel again, So it is what it is.
What do you think of the Arthur Fleck Joker? Like if they somehow fit that into the Robert Pattinson movie? Or would you rather just have a new Joker in his series and do a sequel to the first Joker set in its own universe?
Yeah, because that was too realistic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that the Joker movie was so good, and I that movie was so realistic that I think that Batman ain't going to be able to be Batman in that movie. And then by making him the clown prince of crime, it takes away from him being such a serious, realistic take on it. So I'm hearing they want to cast Johnny Depp as the Joker, which I think is just the stupidest thing I ever heard.
You know what the stupidest thing I ever heard was Margot Robbie is replacing Johnny Depp as the head of the Caribbean Pirates of the Caribbean series.
Whatever. I can't.
You look like confused Rob.
I'm just confused Rob now. I know there's a way to edit the names now too, or I can write confused Rob here. Display name Rob Banks is con fu. I think that's how you spell confused, right? Safe. There you go.
It's gonna fucking bomb, bro. I'm sorry.
Now I'm
and
Rob.
It's from the writer of the Birds of Prey movie too.
Whatever. I still haven't seen that steaming pile of shit.
Dude, are you gonna fucking Captain Marvel it like you'd never watch it?
Yo, speaking of which, we're actually doing the MCU now. Laura and I are doing the MCU. So Captain Marvel will probably be seen in about 3 weeks. I'll probably get down to seeing that.
All right. Better late than never.
We just finished phase 1 last night. We finished with the Avengers, and now tonight we start Iron Man 3. So
right. I like Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I liked it too. Everyone else hates it. Whatever.
I like it way better than 2.
We're alone. I like to. We watched. So we rewatched the first movies. We didn't watch the Hulk because we were like, whatever. We didn't really. You don't really need to see that movie. So we watched Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America: The First Avenger, and Avengers. And Laura's still sticking with the Iron Man 1 and Captain America, and I like all of it. But you know, my favorites would probably be Iron Man 1 and the Avengers, and then my third would probably be Iron Man 2. I like Iron Man 2. I don't give a fuck.
I'm a huge Guardians fan, dude.
A huge what?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, well I'll get to that. That's coming too. And we love those movies, so it's not even. Well, I'm just talking about phase 1, like the first 5 movies, like of core movies. We're kind of like rating them as we go along. Also, hail to Zaid Comics. Zaid is in the chat.
What's up, bro?
Hey, buddy, how are you? I want to just say to Zaid, I'm guessing it's Phil that's watching. Now watch it'll be fucking Brandon. Well, anyways, they're both cool. They just announced that they hit another level of their they got like a bunch of more money with their Indiegogo. So now they added another short story to their to the Lost Pages. So now the Lost Pages is an even bigger comic now, right? So we're 2 characters more in, I believe. And I kind of dig this new character they got called the People, bro. He's got a cool design. You see this guy, Baz? He's got like the fucking tattoos of the. Oh, you didn't see this guy? He's like he described him as like Casey Jones meets Daredevil, like a street level character, like meets like the Punisher kind of looking a little bit. He looks like a Casey Jones character, and he's got like the Paul Stanley tattoo on his eye of the star. But it's like a bunch of, but like he's bald, right? So he kind of looks like Bruce Willis a little bit, and he's got tattoos of like the stars all over his head, and he's got like stripes too. Like he has like a flag like tattoos on his face, and he's like a nut job from like what I saw from like the little things I was reading about. So he's kind of like he like represents the people, you know, like, and he's like a nut job with a fucking baseball bat that'll just crack you. I was like, that's all I needed to know.
Just sounds right up our fucking alley. Right?
Exactly. This dude might as well be from the Bronx. So I was like, yeah, this is cool. I dig it.
No, I gotta check it out, man. It's on the what you call it,
on the Indiegogo.
The Indiegogo page. Yeah.
They're like, oh, the new character like that we're gonna push and shit. So I was like, oh, that's cool fucking character. From what I've seen, I was all about the shadow character, the silhouette.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, the People, huh? What's this, the People guy? So I was kind of digging the People. So there you go, man. Go check out Indiegogo and the Lost Pages. You got even bigger comic now. So this fucking thing is like another 8 to 10 pages long now.
Fucking Phil and all these characters and ideas. You're like the Jack Kirby of Comicscape, bro.
There you go. The spring, the wellspring. I like it. I like it. And they're pretty cool too. They're all pretty fucking good. Like, I mean, some of them I like more than others. Again, I got to read the comic, but just from the character designs, I was like, these guys they're really not like bad characters. And some of them I really like. When I saw the silhouette, I was like, oh, this guy's fucking awesome. That might have been what sold me on the Lost Pages, to be honest. I was like, oh, some crime noir guy that's like a silhouette character, a shadow. I was like, you got me with him. So, and now this guy looks awesome. So.
I like the dude. I think his name's the Masquerade.
Yeah,
with the mask.
He kind of reminds me of V for Vendetta a little bit.
Yeah.
He kind of like reminds me of him, like a Madcap meets V for Vendetta ish swashbuckly type, hero and shit. So that's cool. And we like the classic golden age, silver age type of stuff, Baz. So that's perfect for us. Yeah, I don't know. Good shit with Keaton, man. Anything else on the fucking horizon? Gray, you missed.
Are you up to date with Stargirl?
Yes, actually I am. And Stargirl's been fantastic. That show is that's me and Zoe's show. So me and my 5-year-old, who'll be 6 in a few weeks, sit around and we watch Stargirl together. And she loves it. She's locked in. She loves Stargirl. She loves all the characters. Next week they're going to show that the girl in school is really a villain too, so that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, okay.
The coming soon.
Wait, so what was the last episode you saw?
Was called the JSA, where they all unite for the first time and they take on Sportsmaster and.
Okay, so that was the last episode. Yeah. How good was that one?
That was good, man. That was good. I was kind of disappointed to see that. Like, I know they're kids, but like our man really got his ass kicked. Like he was doing some cool shit. He picked the car up, but he was getting his ass busted. And Stargirl was kind of holding her own a little against Sportsmaster, but the cinematography and the fight choreography was great.
Notch,
I was kind of whack on Sportsmaster. I just thought he was kind of like a whack villain. And then when I saw him in Brave and the Bold, when they really went over the top with the sportsman character, I kind of liked him because I was like, oh, this is like a cool Silver Age, wacky Batman, Brave and the Bold type villain. And then on this show, I'm like, yo, it's evil Casey Jones. This is awesome.
Yeah. It's a cool gimmick. He was also on the Young Justice animated series.
Yeah. Congratulations, you made the best toys ever.
You come and say hi.
Hi, guys.
Oh, he's got the wife beater. Nice.
Yeah. Old Italian man. Young old Italian man.
We went to my grandma's house, so that's why I'm just wearing this ticket. Like, just let them work.
You'll say, forget about it.
Go tune in so you can tell me what's going on.
Catmandu.
Exactly. The Owlman had no training, says Jezebel. Totally. So yeah, I get it. I get that, and it was what made sense. Also, Zaid says he likes Stargirl a lot. Yeah, it's good. It's cool, man. It almost seems like natural storytelling for characters that of diversity, where it's not I wear my nationality and my race as a badge and that makes me qualified to do things. No, we're actually diverse and it makes sense and it works.
Storytelling's amazing.
I
like how Stargirl is the de facto leader of the team and nobody was listening to her, right? And then she went to Pat Dugan and she was complaining to him, and he's like, "Yeah, exactly. Sounds familiar, right?" Because she never listens to him.
Exactly.
Yeah. So she knows how it feels to not be listened to. And
so go and just turn on the TV. All right, whatever. You put the light on and go. And if you don't, then stay down here. So yeah, exactly. Well, he says he's waiting for. I'm sorry, I'm a little all over the place, guys. He says he's excited to see the genie that comes out of the pen. That's awesome too. That he collected all the stuff, but the genie pen was still there. So that was pretty cool little thing.
That's Johnny Thunder and I forget the genie. Lightning, I think.
Lightning. That's cool, man. So Rob Just a Fan says he's bummed to see Denny O'Neil had passed. He's gonna try and get some of his comics. Yeah, that is pretty whack. Denny O'Neil is total. Awesome, great creator, and somebody else pass this? Yes, and Joe Sinot passed this week. We lost
Joe Sinot. Yeah,
we lost Joe Sinot and we lost Denny O'Neil. Man, 2 in a week. It kind of sucks. Well, listen, I hate to say that I'm waiting on the third. I don't really want to wait on the third, but they usually say things comes in threes. At least that's what they tell me. But I'm waiting this, I'm hoping that other news. Netflix had picked up Karate Kid season 3. So if you guys haven't seen the Karate Kid series, what is it called, Baz? Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Definitely go and watch that or wait until it comes on Netflix because Netflix bought it. It's an amazing show and season 3 will be on Netflix. So it's moving to Netflix. It's getting off of YouTube. It's moving to Netflix. So that's cool news.
Cobra Kai is it's officially the best continuation of like an old show, an old series into modern times. It really is. It respects the old stuff and it still brings it into modern day.
Yeah. Yeah. So there
Excellent.
you go. There you
Joel Schumacher died.
There you go. Joel Schumacher, Bilbo Baggins passed. Jesus Christ. This was like the Grim Reaper was in full force this week. Holy shit. Wow, that's crazy. Speaking of Joel Schumacher, though, Grayson's asking what could be his next horror movie, and it's going to be The Lost Boys. Because he's interested in like like he's trying to move up in the ranks. You know, he did the Monster Squad. We did A Quiet Place. What else did we do horror movie wise?
We did Predator.
We did Predator. So now we're gonna do The Lost Boys for him.
Which one is that again?
With the
He gets a lot of shit for his Batman movies, but I mean he's done a lot of really good movies.
All his other
Flatliners.
movies yeah, all his other movies were actually pretty good.
One of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies. It's a dark fucking movie.
8mm, right? Yeah, that movie.
That's the first time I think I saw what's his name, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot he was in that movie. Holy shit! Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to go back and dig in the crates for that one. That's a cool late night for me and Laura to get into.
I know. I don't know if you want to watch that at night.
No, I know it is pretty. Me and Cutter watched that years ago. I was years and years ago when it first came out. I had rented it, and now he came over one day and we watched it. And we were like, "Yo, this movie's crazy, man." But yeah, so there was Ian Holm. That's the guy, Bilbo Baggins. There you go. When does Cobra Kai come back? Probably in the fall, and Amazon Prime will have. I think in August is when returns. The Boys. So we still got 2 months for that, or roughly a month, 6 weeks, something like that. For The Boys come back. Can't wait for that. The Boys was great. And this has been delayed, but it is coming next month to Netflix. They're going to start that Transformers: The War for Cybertron series. It's going to be 3 hour-and-a-half long, like mini movies, where they're going to be doing the War for Cybertron, and it's all in the G1 Transformers, and they're all the old guys are doing the voices and all that shit. So it looks phenomenal. So go watch that trailer because it looks like legit serious Transformers. And it's the whole thing is CGI'd cartoon. They're on Cybertron blowing each other up and shit. I think the first episode, the first hour and a half, I believe, is the War for Cybertron, or like the uprising of Megatron. Comes across as like in the trailer, he comes across as like an evil Jimmy Hoffa. Like he's like a blue collar robot, kind of like trying to say, hey, we need to kind of take over and get our own, and like he's getting more, they're not Decepticons yet, but he's getting more robots to kind of join his cause, and it's causing like little mini uprisings kind of on Cybertron. And then eventually he's doing his whole Hitler thing where he's like, yeah, we need to crush the the Autobots and do whatever, and then the war starts. And I think the second episode is going to be about them on the Ark flying through the galaxy trying to find their new home. And then I think the third movie is going to wind up being them coming to Earth for the first time. So, yeah, I'm confused too. But from what I hear, that's what they're doing.
Sounds good.
Did your Superman get delayed? No, CM Brock, it didn't. It got shipped out on Tuesday. So my Superman will be here next week sometime, probably for next Friday's show. I'll have him. I'll be able to go, look, I have Superman. Yay, I got to do a review on this fucking thing too. And then who knows if I'm even keeping him at this point. I'll probably keep him for a while. Just because it's like, you know what it is? There's just so much more shit coming out, man.
Yeah,
I wind up selling him and then regretting it, because then the fucking Snyder Cut will come out and I'll go, oh my God, why don't I have a Cavill Superman? And then I'll wind up shooting myself in the head and yada, 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 and all that.
And that's the best. That's the best one because he's got the lighter colors.
Yes, that's the Superman, exactly. Let's see. Did Superman get delayed?
I'm telling you, keep him, bro. He's going to be the Christopher Reeve of this era.
Oh, I just hope they lighten him up a little bit. Let this guy fucking save a dog out of a tree or a cat or something. Rub a little kid's head and go, keep up the good work, fellas. Fucking help some. So they were doing that kind of in Man of Steel a little bit. I thought when he helped the guys on the rig, like when he showed up and he was holding up the stuff and the guys were like leaving that oil rig and shit, I was like, oh, it's like Hope Superman, like nice, good guy, whatever.
You gotta understand, and that around that time they were trying to just emphasize the more bruiser part of Superman,
right?
Like more of the action. Like that's what they were saying even in the comics. That was around like when the new 52 was out.
Yeah,
they were talking of bringing the more of the action comics into Superman. So and you had all the criticisms from Superman Returns on how he didn't punch anyone or punch anything. He saved saved people, or he like averted natural disasters in that movie. And but that's what he does. Superman isn't like a martial artist. He's like, he fucking lifts heavy shit and saves people.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, I still want to see him punch like a giant robot or something.
Yeah.
Like,
listen, I love Man of Steel too, but I also really liked Superman Returns.
Right.
So I had
the charm. Superman Returns had the same charm that the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans had. Baz?
Yeah. Okay.
Did you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
I said Superman Returns had the same. I said Superman Returns had the same charm that the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans have.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Where the characters actually feel like they're from that era and that world, kind of. You know.
And even just like the architecture was kind of like a mixture of like the 1940s and modern day.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly. Kev's Matrix says, "I'll trade you a Returns for Soups, Rob. For real, I have an extra." Do you mean? What do you mean a Returns for Soups? Like, what are you talking about? Hot Toys? You're talking Mezco? What are you talking? What you talking about, Willis? Returns. Superman Returns? 4 Soups? 4 real, son?
Did Sideshow come out with a Superman Returns?
No, I think he's talking about. I think I don't know. I thought immediately when he said that he was talking about like the Mezco Superman for a Batman, like Keaton Batman, but he would have said Keaton, not Returns. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Whatever, Kev. We're friends on Facebook.
You're confused, Kev, man.
You're confusing the shit out of me now. We're all confused here. Bazza dropped this little confusion thing in the fucking ether, and we've been confused ever since.
Baddie Returns Hot Toys.
Oh, yeah, I got a Baddie Returns, man. I got the 2-pack. I did get him. He does have a broken ankle, though, but the ankle's not broke. Like, the ankle works fine, but it's like a hairline crack in it. But I do have a Batman Returns hot toy. But that is, I probably would have taken that trade like that, though. So good trade. Good, definitely good, as I would have taken that had I not had that. Baz, anything else going on before we get the fuck out of here?
Hold on a second.
So we did kind of like crash.
This is pretty funny. I'm going to screen share this.
Yo, we missed the first half hour of SmackDown. I told you to put it on. Like, just
okay.
Go upstairs, turn the lights on, the TV on, whatever. Go ahead.
All right. Remember this? Sharon?
Let's see. Oh, God.
So remember this? The Men in Comics Say No. This is the Comics Pledge that went around?
Yeah.
Ethan Van Sciver, this is his pledge. Right above it.
Get money.
Fuck bitches, get money.
Yo, there was a guy that I really loved his artwork, really loved it. And I was following him, and then he started virtue signaling, and I unfollowed him, and I was going to buy artwork from this guy. That's how much I loved his artwork. I was like, yo, this guy is very much in the vein of like a Dave Bullock.
Yeah.
He started that virtue signaling bullshit. I went, nope, I'm not doing this. And then he shared this Men in Comics, and he was like, there's a lot of creeps in comics right now that needed to be outed. Believe all women, hashtag. And I went, this guy's done. You're done.
Yeah,
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done. I'm not even trading in that.
Well, the past week, there's just been like witch hunts going on in all different, in comics and movies and anything you can think of. Just people, women going after men for, I don't know, hitting on
them. Grooming, right?
No, grooming, yeah. Well, that's the word they use.
Now. Oh, so if I flirt with you, I'm grooming you with something. I guess if I'm famous, semi-famous, in the industry somehow, if Red Cup Review, not that I would do this because I have a wife, but nothing wrong with a little bit of harmless flirting with a beautiful young lady, or maybe a not so beautiful young lady, and now I'm grooming you all of a sudden or something. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. Look.
They're fishing for attention. They're fishing this is like the hunt for some women,
Yeah, no, so exactly.
It's like they're all just getting together and they're trying to bring down these dudes, and whether it's for fun or for like Twitter likes or for clout, but they're ruining these people's fucking professions of their lives.
Yeah, it's
by doing this shit. It's not cool.
Well, it's
and
one thing if a guy look, if you're Bill Cosby, yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with you. I'll be the first person waving the flag for you. Actually, if that's
drugging people.
I don't know, man. It's ridiculous. We're not ending every show with this bullshit. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
You asked me, bro.
Fuck you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. I'm going to watch the rest of SmackDown. The rest of y'all can kiss my ass. Love you, everybody in the chat. We'll see you next week.